So, hey, round two, mic check to follow it up with our last special guest. I brought on another special guest. I had to make part two a banger, so we brought on my boy, Dallas Dunn. Dallas, what's up, man?
Sorry to disappoint you, but it's not a banger.
I'm stoked on
Not
this
a banger.
one. I'm stoked on this one because if you've ever seen pure style riders ride, this is the guy right here. And you're also a photographer, right?
Yeah, photographer on the side.
Yeah. So this is a little DIY interview, and we're trying to get everything set up, and it's just not professional. So Dallas is freaking out about it, kind of, but no, I'm just joking.
No, we're good. I'm just squinting because of the sun.
Dallas, thank you for doing this shit, man. I really appreciate it. So this is called Mic Check, and it's basically like a mic check about you, just so everybody can get a little feeling of, who you are and all that good shit. And I have a couple questions for you if you don't mind.
No, let's do it.
Hell yeah, thank you. So the first time seeing BMX, can you remember, or like that moment where you were like, what the bleep is this? Was it a video? Did you see somebody ride? Tell me.
I grew up in Fontana, California, and I was just one of the Groms rolling around. We all had, bikes. I remember when I first started riding like bikes, I had this Harley Davidson bike from Walmart.
Like a BMX bike?
Yeah, but it had like a Harley skin on it.
Like fenders and
Fenders,
stuff, or just
tank, and I would launch that thing. So, I'd just shred that thing,
That's
and
awesome.
it had like apes on it, and my mom. So my mom got me into BMX, moto, all the stuff I do.
How old?
I think I was about 8 when
Okay.
I got like,
How old were you when you learned how to ride a bike?
like 4 or 5.
Oh wow.
So
okay.
I was just cruising around.
The funny thing real quick is I've known you for a long time now. We've ridden, and you always show up to the Fontana jams and just destroy it. I didn't realize that was where you grew up or got your start in BMX. That's pretty cool.
Yeah,
Makes
I
sense.
grew up there, and then when that park opened up,
It's your home.
Yeah, we were running from the cops every day. Yeah, that place was such a good park.
All right, so you had the Harley bike. How long did it take to rip the fenders off, or better yet, like after you? Well, okay, so I guess I kind of interrupted you too. So what was the first thing that you saw where you're like, wow, this isn't the bike for me. I need to get a BMX bike. Like, who did you watch ride, or what was that moment you saw BMX?
Well, there were some trails.
'Cause you ride moto too, and I'm sorry, you
Yeah,
ride motocross.
that came
you
after.
do it all.
That came after. There were some trails that I would start kind of going to. I had the Harley bike, and then I got a Magna with like 100 spokes.
Oh yeah.
Walmart bike, and then I was kind of cruising that around. I was hitting this one jump. It's called a volcano, they called it, and I impaled myself on my stomach.
No
on the
bar
handlebars. No, I think I was trying to X up. It didn't go in, but it gave me a blood clot on the outside of my stomach.
That's not fun.
It's still there.
Really?
So I hope it's not got cancer in it. But they said it was fine. It would be fine.
That's crazy, dude. So that starts off your BMX experience, getting a handlebar to the gut, which is most people's most inner fear of BMX, and that's like one of the first things that happens to you.
Yeah, and that was right after there was a set of trails in Fontana called the Merrill Jumps, and one of my 2 classmates and their sister, she died from the same thing like a month before that.
Holy shit!
She ruptured her spleen.
A bar going through her thing? I'm just checking this thing real quick.
Yeah, she ruptured her spleen. Took a bar to the stomach.
That's like the worst fear.
It's scary. So I was super scared.
Yeah. That snapping a chain and hitting my knee on the stem, or getting my finger caught in the chain ring. Those are like my worst fears of biking.
So then my mom.
Real quick too, just to get perspective, because you're saying these bikes that you got from Walmart, so instantly I could tell you about the year. And you said you're about 8, but what year were you born? Just so
86.
Okay, so you're 37.
Old.
Yeah, got you.
Yeah.
Still ripping, which is the best part about BMX right now. You can rip till whenever.
I'm trying to be a lifer.
Good. Yeah, you need to take it easy. You just took another tumble the other day, and I was worried I wasn't going to see you for a minute, but you're still strong as an ox, so that's great. Glad to see you're still ripping.
Thank you.
So, okay, getting back onto the BMX bike. So what's the first?
Legit bike?
Yep.
My mom picked up a dyno VFR at a yard sale. She took it home, painted it. She stripped it down, painted it white for me. Then we went to the bike shop. She got me a pair of flight pads.
Oh hell yeah!
Bomber number plate. Like she dialed it all in.
Because back in the day, so you were going to the racetrack. By that point?
I didn't race until I was like 18.
Oh wow!
Yeah.
Okay, because I was going to say back in the day you had to run pads and you had to have a number plate if you wanted to show up at the BMX track. So, but that's cool that you just did it because that was the shit.
Yeah, it was just the thing.
I'm thinking about putting pads back on. I'm not gonna lie. I see everybody doing it, and I'm like, dude, I want to do it so bad, but I don't like clutter and stuff. I'm like, But that's insane, man. So your mom sounds like she was a really big part of your BMX.
Oh yeah,
that's phenomenal.
She grew up.
Mine too. Thanks, Mom.
She grew up in the 70s, and she was around all the motocross stuff. She did a lot of BMX. She had a lot of BMX friends at Hemet. They all had half pipes at their house, and so it came probably from that. You know, it just was in me, and um, yeah, she was a big influence
That's
on
cool. I
getting me
want
into
to touch on
biking
the
and all that
moto thing
stuff.
real quick too. So you ride a lot of moto, like I would say, not as much as BMX, but close. At one point, I know you had a bad injury.
Yeah,
Um, but the moto, how old were you when you first jumped on a dirt bike?
12.
Okay.
Got a. It was '98, and I got a YZ80. Started riding and racing from there, and then stopped riding in 2005. Got a bike again in 2018, and then I got really heavy into it the last few years.
Yeah. You've been
Kind of
on one.
been in the a little bit in the industry, a little bit. You know, I was helping out Keith Ring testing, doing some test riding, and that kind of stuff, which I've kind of fell off a little bit. I want to get back into it. It's just moto got so expensive.
You got a good association with the S&M and the distro guys,
Yeah,
and yeah, I think you guys work well together, and I associate you with that every time I think about it. And
they're
that's a
great
good,
people over
yeah,
there. You know, I've
yeah.
been been riding, you know, Fits and S&Ms since I was a kid. I had a dirt bike when after I started getting really good bikes. I had the
What was your
S&M.
first really good bike after the Dyno VFR?
Let's see. I think it was. It might have been a next generation S&M.
Okay, so an
No, you
S&M
know what?
basically.
You know, I had a
Yeah,
federal division when that came out,
that's cool.
and then I had S&M. I had a bunch of
My
bikes.
first dope bike was like '85, was like a Cyclecraft, if anybody knows that company. And then I stopped and like I only rode for like a year or two. Stopped, started back up when I was 12, and my first dope bike coming back was the first model S&M Challenger that ever came out
Oh,
back in
that's
like
awesome.
'92. Yeah, it was my favorite bike. But anyway, so we actually banged through first two questions. I got moving to the next question, which is something I was alluding to. But who was your favorite rider? Like where did you get your style and like your terrain from? Like some people see like Logan Martin these days. You got to imagine kids these days. They see the Olympics, they see like a Logan Martin or one of those guys, and they're like, wow, you know that's why I'm hooked on BMX. And they get the rotors and they want to do the bar spins and the tail whips and stuff. And then you see guys like us. Maybe we grew up watching racers. What was your first dude that you saw that you really looked up to or modeled your style after?
Early days.
Yeah,
Probably watching Criminal Mischief. I was really into like Van Holman.
yeah, I
Um,
could see that.
you know,
Definitely see
but
that.
I've never been a street rider. I've tried it, and I'm really terrible at it. Van Holman was always like awesome to watch. Fuzzy Hall and
Yes, Fuzzy was mine.
Behringer was like one of my favorites. And then when I started seeing Mike Aiken come around, the first
Yeah,
time I seen him was Gravity Games. I think it was 2000,
yeah,
and I was just like, that guy's style is so good.
that's crazy. That's
His
awesome.
flow, you know, his trick combinations were so good. So, you know, and then we had a lot of people loved Aiken during that
It's funny
time.
because this
So
question, I might have to expand on this question next time I have an interview because I've had about 5 interviews now, and every single interview when this topic comes up, Aiken is the man or mentioned,
yeah,
which is phenomenal. It says a lot.
Mikey is he's the man right
Yeah,
there.
that's awesome, dude. So you can tell because your style, the way you flow, like all that stuff, like definitely. And I think that's the right way to ride is you can ride anything. I see you do lip tricks. I see you have technical stuff. I see you got it all, and then you can ride moto and bowls and dirt, and that's the kind of rider I would like to be, and I think a lot of people would like to be. So thank you.
I just like to go fast. I like to have a high tire pressure and
I like to go
go
fast.
high and all that stuff. Like I love the lip tricks too. Like I
You do send it,
there's a lot of stuff I forgot how to do, or
yeah.
I don't think about it until I'm
But you do
leaving.
blast.
But
Whatever you do, that's one of the best parts about what you do besides the style and flow is you go big. Like whatever you're doing, you're going big. You know, there's no half-ass. I'll come out here and ride and just have a half-ass day. I don't think there's like a half-ass button for you. You got hurt a week ago on your knees, and you come out, you're like, I'm gonna take it easy today. And next thing I know, you're just blasting everything. So
yeah, 3 weeks ago I was trying some Dennis McCoy stuff, and
yeah,
540 tire tap in the deep end at my local park, and I fell to my kneecaps, and
scary.
so it's
Glad you're
always when
good.
I do the slow speed stuff I get hurt.
Yeah,
But
yeah, you're a fast fucking big dude. That's like kind of what it is. But you got it all. But like, yeah, you definitely your comfort zone is going big and fast. That's sick. All right. So last two questions. Babe, there's go real quick from here. What is your favorite part of BMX? And what I mean by that is it the exercise, the adrenaline, the community? Like what is it that keeps
community,
you riding now?
100% the community. Like, you know, you can never meet somebody. You could show up to a park out of state, or somebody traveling to California or whatever. You can meet somebody, you instantly become friends, and
Yeah.
you're instantly invited to that person's house. You know, they live in, let's say, Montana or Texas. Hey, come out. You know, you're always welcome. It's definitely a community. It's a small community. It's smaller than skateboarding, which those guys have a good community too. But I think everyone for the most part, knows we're all family.
Yeah. The second I see somebody on like a 20-inch, I'm like, what up?
Yeah,
I like it. Literally, it doesn't matter. Like I could be anywhere and I'd be like, what up? Just start talking like we already knew each other. It's crazy.
yeah. The creativity, I think I see some stuff with BMX. It's a little bit like skateboard. It's just like skateboarding. You see photos.
Yeah.
You don't see a lot of still photos anymore that much, but some stuff it's just so artistic.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, BMX is just awesome all the way around.
I
And it's
love it,
easy.
dude.
It's cheap. You
Yeah.
can just throw your bike in the back, put some
Yeah,
gas
people
money
make
in,
a
and
deal
go.
like it's more expensive, like it's cheaper to get a skateboard. Yeah, but you're going to go through 10 skateboards in 2 years. If you buy a good bike, like a quality bike like this, and you took care of it and don't case a lot, you could have that for like, I don't want to say it, but 5 or 10 years. I mean, you shouldn't. You should probably replace it quicker than that, but they'll last forever.
Yeah, they'll last. I mean, my last S&M, um, I built in 2018, and I actually just rebuilt it and repowder coated it. It's still dialed.
I mean, if you
I got a new
spent,
setup now, but if you get a good quality bike, they'll
yeah, if
last
you
you.
spent the money on a good quality bike and spent like $1,000 or up, you think about it, it's like maybe $100 a month or something like that for 1 year or whatever. Then you got yourself a bike, and that bike will last you 5 years.
Or even get a good complete and then
Build it up
build
from
it up
there.
off that.
I even did that. I took 12 years off of BMX, and I came back and I got a complete, and I rode that for like the first 2 or 3 years before things started falling off.
They're good now.
Yeah.
The completes are really good.
For sure. So real quick, I want to go back real quick because we're doing this and we're already in it. I want you to just touch on the photography and also what you do for like a daily job. I know you have a really interesting daily job. I see these unbelievable photos of airplanes like fighter jets, which is incredible. I don't know how you get access to that, but can you touch on that real quick and the big machinery?
Yeah, so like my full-time job, I'm a heavy equipment operator. I've been running equipment since 2008. I don't post a lot of stuff on my social anymore because I kind of got in trouble.
Oh, okay.
They think it's
with all the stuff going on in the
think
world.
It's secret, and we
dude.
can't take pictures of tractors. So I don't post a lot of stuff anymore. But
it was cool when it lasted.
Yeah, I love my job,
that.
and running equipment's a good career. It kind of beats you up a little bit.
Yeah.
You are sitting in a nice machine, but sometimes stuff kind of beats you up. It's better than being in a ditch with a shovel.
For sure.
100%.
But you're working one weekend and then you're off the next weekend, and I always plan my stuff on the weekends when you're working. So.
Yeah. Yeah, my schedule's pretty good. It's like I do 6 days on, I'm off a day, I'm off 2 nights, and I go back on 2 nights, and I'm off 5 days. Which
That's sick.
5 days off is nice because I can plan a little vacation. Me and my boy, we can go on road trips. We can do whatever.
Hey, come here. Come say what's up, dude. This is your son. Why don't you introduce him real quick, dude?
Come over here.
Guy's been ripping, man.
What's your name?
Chase.
How old are you? Look right there.
Almost 12.
Almost 12. Dang, you're a big kid, man.
12 in like 20 days, probably.
That's awesome.
Like 22.
Wait, what's the date? What's the birth date?
February 6th.
February 6th. My son's is February 1st. I have to make sure I said that right, Mikey. Sorry. February 1st. That's cool. Well, dude, it's nice to meet you, man. We got to get a clip of you too, huh? Do you like watching your dad ride?
Yeah.
Yeah, are you proud of him?
Yeah, he does crazy tricks.
Yeah, he's proud of you too. He talks about you a lot, man. It's pretty awesome that you guys ride together. That's cool. Yeah. All right, last thing, dude, real quick. You can hang here for a second too. Any shout outs or anything? Now I know I wanted to do a quick little rundown of the bike check, which we can show the bike kind of just to give it a little bit. But
yeah, I got a bike check coming out pretty soon for S&M.
Yeah, secret.
We're gonna little bit delayed on it because I got hurt and I've just been super busy. I have so many projects going on.
This bike is a beauty.
Work, and then when I'm not at work, I'm usually shooting photos on the side and after work and my days off. So yeah, it's hard being older, but
that'll be coming soon though. Probably in the next couple weeks, a month or so, max, maybe.
I just need to get a few more clips, and
we're working on it. We're gonna get those clips.
Get it done. So
hey, thank you very much, dude.
Yeah, no problem.
You're the best.
Thank you.
All right, cheers, man.
Thank you, guys.